What happens if the AMOC collapses completely? Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation completely collapsed? This system is vital for regulating our climate, especially in the North Atlantic region. The Atlantic meridional overturning circulation moves warm, salty water from the equator to the North Pole. There, it cools, becomes denser, and sinks to the ocean floor. This process helps distribute heat around the globe, so a collapse would have serious consequences. If the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation were to collapse, we would see significant changes in global temperature patterns. Europe, which currently enjoys a milder climate thanks to this circulation, would likely experience dramatic cooling. Winters could become harsher, and summers might not be as warm. Precipitation patterns would also change. For instance, the Amazon rainforest could face reversed seasonal patterns. Instead of the usual wet seasons, we might see prolonged dry periods. This shift could harm ecosystems and biodiversity in those areas. Another major effect would be accelerated sea level rise in coastal regions. Without the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation transporting heat, the ocean would warm more rapidly. This warming leads to thermal expansion, which raises sea levels even further. Now, let's focus on the polar regions. A collapse of the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation would have several key impacts here. First, it could reduce the amount of heat transported to the Arctic. This might slow the melting of Arctic sea ice, but the situation is complex and depends on various climate factors. The polar regions are also part of several climate feedback loops. For example, less Arctic sea ice means more solar radiation is absorbed by the ocean. This absorption can accelerate warming, creating a cycle that is hard to predict. The collapse of the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation could disrupt these feedback loops, leading to unpredictable climate outcomes. The stability of polar climates is closely tied to global ocean circulation. If the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation collapses, we could see more extreme weather events and changes in ice coverage. Understanding the potential collapse of the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation is essential for climate modeling and policymaking. It highlights the need for ongoing research into ocean circulation and its effects on global climate. Communities in affected regions should prepare for potential shifts in climate, including changes in agriculture, urban planning, and emergency responses. In summary, a complete collapse of the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation would have far-reaching consequences. It would alter temperature, precipitation, and sea levels, with direct impacts on polar regions. These changes could contribute to ongoing climate instability, making it a critical issue for our future.